me start. My first question, well, my second question, technically. Why do women want to be put in their place? Yanni, let's start with you.
Wow, they started with me. Okay, so I could take a really long step back and go real abstract with it. I could say that, gender roles are a thing that don't really exist. It was something that was placed on our society, but I'm not going to get deep like that. You know what I mean? But I do think gender roles are kind of something that has been instilled in all society and all civilization. But I don't like really getting too deep. Like, I'm going to just bring it into context right now, into contemporary times. I think that some women prefer that and some women don't. It honestly all depends. As to why, I honestly don't know. I mean, there's I could come up with some reasons like security. They feel like they're secure. They feel like there's a certain responsibility that a man has, and he needs to be a protector, provider, all the things that gender roles have placed for men and what they need to do, right? But I do think that though, I honestly think that that's not really real anymore, just the way that the climate of the world is, because first of all, you need 2 or more people to be working in a household in order for you guys to afford everything. One income households do not exist anymore. That's non-existent. So that whole provider shit, I honestly think is really out the window. So being put in their place, I don't know in terms of what, but if, being put in their place could easily be oh, well, I like a person who likes to be assertive and stuff like that. They like a man to have a characteristic of being dominating and stuff. And it's honestly, again, this all goes back to the whole idea of preference. You really got to do your homework on a woman that you want to talk to and a man that you're interested in. If you really are into a girl, you really got to ask her, yo, how you grew up? How you feel about this? How you feel about that? You feel me? So it's really about finding out the woman that you're dating, what's her preference. But to give you an answer, I feel like that would be more of for a lady to answer, why they prefer to be put in a place. But I could tell you that, I could tell you why our generals tell us to do that, because you're a man. You got to show your dominance. You got to show that you are you have some type of authority. So I don't know if some women think like that, and I'm pretty sure the ones that I've talked to don't think like that. And I'm happy, because I don't really I wouldn't want my daughter, or this sounds messed up. I wouldn't want my daughter, my close women friends, or anybody really associated to me to be oh yeah, I just let him do whatever he wants, and he just takes care. I personally don't like that. So I couldn't really give you a sound answer as to why a woman would want to be subjected to stuff like that.
Subjective. Wow. So put in your place, I guess, can be interpreted differently by different people.
Yeah. So I don't know what you mean by that, but though I hope I answered it in all aspects. You might have.
You did, bro. You didn't slack.
Okay, cool.
So Kayla, what
okay.
do you? Yeah.
So for me personally, and for the people who are very close to me that I know who like to be put in their place, when it comes to relationship and stuff, they feel like a lot of women they feel like they need to be dominant in most aspects of their life, or they are dominant in most aspects of their life. And I'm very independent with most things that I do. I do everything by myself. I don't need no help from nobody. And a lot of women are like that. And they always feel the need to be dominant and to be on top of everything that they do. So when a man that you like, keyword is that you like and you want to be with, puts you in your place, it's oh, this is for one something I don't have to be in charge of. He told me to sit back, let me relax, and let him do it.
It helps you relax your feminine. Am I right? Am I wrong?
You say embrace her feminine energy or something along those lines. I wouldn't put it the way that you put it. Just saying.
Well, I mean, okay. I think we basically said the same thing, but okay. Once I said the F word, she took a big step back.
Yeah, I just wanted you because, feel me?
Continue, Kayla.
But yeah, I think I basically just summed it up real quick. A lot of women feel like they need to be dominant and take control over. A lot of women are dominant and take control of everything in their life and are very independent and do everything for themselves. So when a man of interest puts them in their place and shows them like, oh, you don't need to be dominant in this moment. Like you can relax, you can calm down. I feel like for them, it gives them a sense of what's the word I'm looking for? Sensitivity, comfort, like, oh, okay, like I can actually trust you. You can do this. I don't have to do this one. That's one of the reasons. For me personally, that's my reason.
Got you. What about you, Alexa?
I agree with everything Ms. Kayla was saying. I also think the word or the phrase "put in your place" that could go. It all depends, like Yanni was saying, on the type of woman. Like me personally, I don't mind a guy putting me in my place because I do have a very, like, I'm outgoing, as y'all can see, in personality. I can be a lot sometimes. So what I was like, yo, so it helps to have that chill, like, vibe, like, yo, just chill. But there's a way of how you do it. And not everyone possesses that role. I'm not gonna, probably, a lot of women are not gonna allow someone to talk down to them or, so that assertiveness, it can come off, depending on the woman, it can come off real left or real right. It just depends on the woman. So, like she said, it's just a comfort, the fact that you can step back and let him, like I said, a lot of times where I feel like a lot of women find the issue is like letting the guy lead. Sometimes we be leading our whole lives. Sometimes we're in male dominated fields. Like, I like sit back. All right, you gonna do it? Okay, cool. Like, oh, you gonna take care of it? Cool. And the same vice versa. Maybe my man probably can't do it. I'll check somebody too. It doesn't matter. So yeah, I think it just goes to show what type of woman you're dealing with. And like Kayla was saying, just sitting back and allowing your person to just take all the weight of the world that you have on your shoulders off and letting them do what you struggle with all the time or your stressors and everything like that. So
wait, I just real quick, I know we already answered the question, but I just want to know, what did you mean by that? Like being put in your place. Well, like, what did you actually like mean when you first came up with the question? So just so like I have an understanding.
I mean, again, like it varies from person to person. I just hear it thrown around a lot, so I just kind of threw it out there. I guess it's an open to interpretation thing, but oftentimes when it's used, I'm assuming that it's kind of like, like she's being difficult, and he's kind of like steps up, is like, yo, like calm down or relax, and then she's kind of just does. That's the scenario I'm thinking of, but I know there's like many more.
So that, like me, I thought of that scenario, and I definitely, like, I will still reaffirm what I'm saying. Like, I don't want anybody I'm associated with to be like, okay, you put me in, like, nah, like that's just not gonna fly. But the way that Kayla was like putting it in that context, like I definitely do agree with that. Like that's more about like easing the responsibility that your partner might have. I feel like that's okay. Like a man could like, I guess, assert his dominance or like just like take on certain responsibilities to ease his partner. But that is something that y'all gotta like agree upon. I don't think that's like off rip that like, cause you never know. Like some people like, yo, nah, it's okay. Like I like driving myself. I like doing my own shit. Like I don't need you to do it. Versus like you telling me that you're gonna do it and like that's it. That's the end of the story. So that's why I was like kind of confused with like being put in your place. Cause like when I think of that, I'm like, oh, like, yo, shut up. Like, stop talking to me. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you. Like,
this is not to be confused with abuse.
Yeah,
yeah, because that I will never let. Not me.
Yeah, but understand, like, not to cut you off, Yanni, but there are some women that may have, and even males, like, I'm not even gonna put it, that may have grown up that way and seen that type of behavior and think that's okay, and that's why it's like, oh, I want my man to put me in my place like that. And you come to learn, like,
yeah,
that's not it. So,
and also on social media, I would say I've seen some posts where it's like someone will post like, yo, like anytime I act up, I want my man to just, pick me up and slam me against the wall, teach me a lesson. And then I'll be like, yo, there's no way. It's crazy. I'm like, there's no way people agree with this. I'll go to the comment. Women was like, oh yeah, I love that. yeah, daddy, tell me what to do. I'm like, yo, bro, what?
Wait. Now, if we
It's
want to
crazy.
go to the sexual route, we can have a conversation about that. But
That's
that's a whole
very
different
different.
era.
That
That's
is
very
very-
different.
That's okay. But
Different.
that's all in
I know it's an extreme though, but
no. But
And that's
all,
knowing your partner. That's knowing your partner. You can't just do that with somebody off the street now because
yeah, I know.
like a person. You know what I mean?
Wild.
Like, yeah, y'all develop what y'all find y'all kink and stuff. So.
yeah.
All right, so do you think that men who can't put women in their place, should they be viewed as unworthy in the eyes of women? Because they're sometimes the men who don't want to put up with an attitude walk away from the situation, and then they'll get labeled as soft or not masculine enough because they don't want to put up with it. So should they be deemed as unworthy in some eyes of women?
I don't think so, because some women are a lot to deal with, and I don't even deal with some of my friends' attitudes. So I don't know how they men deal with it, because I will literally, I tell them if we was, well, I would never be with them, but if we was together, I don't know, I would have ended up, I don't know, but it would have never worked out.
Yeah.
So I don't think it makes you less of a woman. You don't have to put up with anything that you don't want to do. Why should you go through that stress and lose your peace of mind because of somebody else who you might not even be with? Like, it's not given. It's not.
I absolutely agree. And a lot of times, and not to be real, a lot of times in relationships, all a man wants is peace. Like, that's really all he wants. So if you're gonna come into it already stressing him out, or even him stressing you out, it's just, nobody wants that on a daily basis, especially when you're dealing with a job. Nobody wants to deal with that. So I feel like it doesn't make you less of a man if you choose not to deal with quote unquote problematic woman. It doesn't make you less. It just goes to show, what are you willing to deal with? Like, what you're willing to deal with in a relationship, so you're not going to put up with certain mess. Like, prime example, I tone really matters to me. So this yelling, screaming, acting like you
making
were
a
taking with
scene,
your head cut off. Yes, I'm gonna leave you.
I hate
you need an Uber? Okay, because I'm leaving you. I'm not dealing with that. But so yeah, it doesn't make you less of a person. It just knows what you're willing to deal with,
Yeah, for me, I would say I'm like really I'm a non-confrontational person. And also I'm a type of person, I let shit slide till I'm ready to be like, yo, my like,
you're a reasonable man, I won't lie.
I'll let it go. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm not gonna argue, but then I turn up and then like I'm all upset about stuff. So, but to answer the question, I don't think it makes you less of a person. You just gotta know your triggers. And if you're a type of person that can handle, like, if you know your triggers and you can and you know that this person won't like trigger you in a way that like have you overreact or have you, then like you good. I think that it's okay, but I don't think it makes you less of a person if you walk away because you know your triggers. You like, I know, like, for at least for me, I know some shit is gonna make me really mad and I'm a spaz. So I rather just, listen, you got it. I'm gonna walk away. I'm not gonna do it. You could view me however you want. You can be like, oh, you're not putting me in. That's on you. I'm doing it for me, because you know that meme where it's like, if I'm gonna let God fix her, because if I fix her, I'm gonna go to jail.
Yeah,
right.
Almost that same, like, I'm not gonna go to jail, but like it's gonna be that same type of
the same thing.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, if I gotta fix it, and if I'm gonna be upset. So the best thing for me to do it is just like let you rock. You're not less of.
No, go ahead. Yeah. And if they're really your person, they'll respect that or deal with it a whole other way.
It's only when you it's only like, again, like I said, you gotta do your homework on the person you're dating. Like, if your girl like, well, you're not a man, you not nothing, you don't got, like, you feel me? Like, if that's the type of person you with, then that's on you. You knew what you signed up for. Like,
that's what you attracted, right?
Yeah. So at that point.
Awful. Okay, so is quote unquote being put in your place just an excuse for women to keep an attitude? Kayla, let's start with you.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say no names, but one of my friends, no, like 2 or 3 of my friends, they have very, very, very strong personalities, and they come across as kind of rude because their personality is so strong. They always kind of have attitude, but not really. So we're looking at them like, what's your problem? The whole time they're just showing love. Those are the friends that I
Wait,
know that
are they from Harlem?
No.
Okay.
Bronx.
They're not from the Bronx either. But I cannot tell you, I cannot say the boroughs because then it's gonna limit it down.
Yeah, go ahead. No. He messing with you. Yeah.
No, go ahead. My fault. I just had to ask, man. Because
No,
New York women
Harlem.
love differently, man. They love really differently, like fake yoking you up, like.
They do.
Go ahead.
But my friends with the strong personalities, those are the ones that I always hear them say, I need my man to put me in my place. I need a nigga that can put me in my place. Their reasoning behind it though is it helps them, like it calms them down a little bit. Like, you can't be in a relationship with two hotheads because that's just never gonna work out. Like if you can sit here and ask yourself, can you date somebody opposite, well, whatever your preference is, that acts just like you, head to toe?
No,
strictly just like you.
I tried that. It didn't work.
I know I couldn't do it. So for people like them, they can't do it. So they need somebody that's calmer and that can get them together real quick. Because somebody that will egg them on, this is what they told me. Somebody that's gonna egg them on, it's not gonna work out. Like it wouldn't. Yeah. It just never.
The thing with those scenarios, Kayla, is that like some not those women in particular, but some women who are like that, they'll think like, I need this hyper masculine man in order for me to calm down, which is sort of an unrealistic expectation for men. Because there's really only a small men who fall into that group, and even those kind of men probably want to deal with an attitude.
That's very true. But a lot of the people that I'm thinking of, the people that they usually settle down with are actually like very calm individuals, but they get them together. Not get them together real quick, but if something was to come up, they'll say like, you really need to calm down right now. Like if you want to talk, you need to calm down. Like that, and they'll be together and they'll smooth sailing. So I don't think it's on a like they use the man usually doesn't come across as somebody that he's gonna put me in my place. Like if you don't know their relationship, you wouldn't even see him to be that type of person.
Got you. So what about you, Alexa?
Rephrase the question. What's the question?
Is quote unquote keeping a woman in their place an excuse for women to keep their attitude?
No, because at least for me, I would hope not. Because I think you know yourself, and even you yourself get tired of you. Like you don't want to deal with, you don't want to even deal with your own emotions sometimes. So you find it comforting to like meet that one person that just makes you simmer down a little bit or brings you into a whole nother like mental space. I would at least hope so. So the women that are just, I guess, trapped into that old, like, I'm this way, I'm this attitude, you're going to deal. I mean, I would hope you don't stay in that mindset for long, because you will run into a lot of men that probably truly don't want to deal with that, because they literally feel like you're on rah-rah 24/7, and maybe in their life it's rah-rah for them 24/7. So you have to have that balance, especially when you're trying to have a relationship with somebody. And like Kayla was saying, it's having two hot heads. They don't always work out. And then maybe sometimes they do, because one hot head it depends on which level of hot. There has to be, well, no, for real. Or maybe depends on, what gets this person hot may not get that person hot. But when they both explode, it's like, it's in a volcano eruption. So it really just depends. So I would hope not. I would just hope not. I can't speak for all women.
I think that I'm not really in a place to answer that question, because I am
your mind
as a woman, but I will give my perspective only based on my experience. So I'm just prefacing my answer that way, so we're clear. But I think that sometimes yes and sometimes no. I can't ever say yes completely, and I can never say no completely. I do think that there are some people like that, and maybe they have like this twisted perception of what relationships and what dating is supposed to be. So that twisted perception easily could be like I'm gonna keep having an attitude because I need him to fix it, because they interpret that as like him fixing it. That could be like, Like that's how they see love. That's how they see like a reason to have sex. That's why they have a reason to keep him around. Like you don't know. Like
That's how I know we're compatible. If you can put me.
yeah, like I know that if he's gonna work this hard for me, I know like he's a good person. Like
Oh,
he
I
gonna
hate that.
like you know what I'm saying. Like there's I don't want to call those people sick, but like there are people who think like that. You know what I mean? Like to me it is, but it's fine though. Like it's okay if you like that kind of stuff. That turns you on. That's all good. And then there's some people I honestly feel like no, like I think we all are human. I think everyone has bad days, and I think that like people, if you have to just do your homework on your partner, so like how your partner acts when they having a bad day, or like knowing, like again, like just knowing what ticks them off. Like, yo, I know not to hit you up in the morning because you already gonna have a stink ass attitude. So I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna just say good morning. I'm gonna just let you rock and do whatever you need to do. Or like, say if you arguing, like, or not even argue, like, say if you had a bad day at work and I know like you're gonna be mad, I'm gonna just let you talk. I'm not really gonna put my 2 cents into like what actually happened. I'm gonna just let you vent. So you kind of like you know what I mean? Like you kind of know. I don't think that like I don't like, yeah, I don't think a lot of women are like, yeah, I'm gonna keep my attitude and like, yeah, I need the attitude so he could put me in my place. I don't think people think like that, to be honest. There are some, but I don't think a lot of people do. So no, I would say no, but there are some rare cases, and I don't really like that. Like that's y'all can have
tiring.
yeah, I'm good off that. If you're gonna do all of that and you think that that's gonna want me to be with you, like I'm good. Like I don't want to be with you if you do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunate. All right, so Yanni, when a woman says that I want to be put in my place, well, like, what exactly is your thought process about that? Like, what are you thinking about her?
What's my thought process? Putting in place how? That's gonna be like what you mean by like how, like it depends on what context like she's putting it in. Like if we just randomly, I just want to be like we randomly chilling. You like I just want to be put in my place. I'm gonna be like, oh, what you mean? Like talk to me. Like how? Like in sex? Like what do you mean? Like I don't think that. I think that for me, it just allows like a certain range of things that are okay. Like I know like, oh, okay, I could go to that range. Like you're allowed for me to step in this type of space with you because you're comfortable doing that. And I'm only talking like maybe like in a sexual manner. You feel me? Like, oh, okay, like this is the things that you like. So now it's acceptable for me to do this because you express that. Versus like put you in your place like how like with regular shit that we doing, like I don't feel comfortable doing that. You know what I mean? Like I was raised mostly by women, so I don't really feel the need to tell you how to, oh, you need to cook, clean. Like if you know what I mean? Like it depends on how she tells me how to put her in her place. Because I'm not gonna do nothing that's out of my comfort zone. Because I'm not gonna be like like force you to clean and do all this stuff and all that stuff. Only thing I say that I might do is probably like drive. Like you feel me? Because I do drive, so I don't mind the drive and shit. Like if you need me to drive, carry groceries, like, oh, I won't let you carry it. Like it'd be like little shit like that, but I'm not going to take it to the extreme of I don't know what you want it to be. Versus like if it's like with sex or something, you express that that's okay. That's something that you want me to like do, and that just allows me to know, okay, that's the range that you want to take it to. I'm like, if you want to take it there, then I'm gonna take it there because you feel me, you asked me to. So I hope that answers the question. I don't know.
Thank you. You always give the best answers, man.
Sorry.
No. I wasn't being sarcastic. So, Alexa, how would you suggest that a man puts you in your place? Maybe not you specifically, or women in general. You don't have to necessarily. Shut up. I literally have an Alexa, so that's why I did that.
For me personally, when I say like put me in my, I don't even like the phrase put me in my place. I really don't. It's just so negative in my brain. It's more so just tell me when I'm like OD, like where I'm overdoing it, or you're like just like, yo, chill out, like take a breather, because there are times. And I feel like for women, I think put you in your place, like the word connotation. I'm not gonna lie, I think a lot of it comes down to like the sexual aspect of it all, whichever your little kink is, whatever. whatever. But I think that's what it is. Now for the other women that just be like, yo, like they want to be like, I guess y'all out in the club one day and like shit get heated. He's like, he sees you in an argument with another female. He's just like, yo, get over here. Like what you doing? Like blah, blah, blah. I mean, yes, there's times that could happen too. It's like, yo, what you doing? But then it's like, you're in public. So I don't know how that's gonna go either. So it just depends on your relationship on how you are. But I personally feel like it's just it just falls down to just, if you're overdoing or you're getting chaotic, or simmer down, let's have a conversation, or what's going on, that
Okay.
way.
So how would you recommend a man to do that?
For me personally, it's definitely like, what's wrong? Like, whoa, like
Wait,
don't get loud.
Just like that?
Don't
just
get
like
loud.
That?
Yeah, I'm a very tone person. So if you want to be on attack mode, I will attack or I will leave. Nothing's gonna get resolved. I literally PTSD. I can't do that. So I guess the best thing is usually like I can remember in past relationships, if I'm going off, like let's say I saw something that for me in my head it's like, what you doing, blah blah blah, and I'm like going off, and dude's just like, first off, relax. I'm like, what you mean? No, second down, let's have a conversation. Like that's how I would, because then I'm like, okay, maybe I'm ODing, like maybe I'm not, like I'm seeing something, but really it's not. I've learned the best way is to, what you may see not might always be the case. So I need more information. So acting erotic sometimes is not the best time. I've learned that.
Okay, so you would say in a calm, relaxed tone, trying to have a civil.
Yeah. Okay. I would like that. Now I get it in some situations. It might not always be like that, but to get the best outcome, calm, like what's happening? Because I'm already erotic, so adding the extra. No, sometimes we need some outcome. Sometimes, but anyway.
Oh please! Everybody's a Malcolm nowadays. Cut it out, guys.
Let's not do that. Let's not come on.
Everybody swears they're Malcolm nowadays, man. Not you specifically, but everybody's like, yeah, Malcolm. Yeah. Like, okay, you just learned about him 4 years ago. Kayla, Kayla, how would you suggest that a man puts a woman in their place? Doesn't necessarily have to be you, but
I agree with Alexia. Me personally, I don't like to be put in my place because we'll sit there and argue, and now nothing's resolved. So now what? You didn't do nothing. Now you're upset. I'm upset.
So in that situation when you guys are arguing, like, how would you suggest that he calms you down? Leave.
Go get some food. Just walk. No, don't even walk away. Just order food. I'll get over it eventually. When I say I'm done, then don't respond. Let it go. Change the subject. And then when I'm over it, then you can talk to me like a calm, normal person, and then I'll be fine.
So you just need time to cool down.
Yeah. I really not. I do not like to be put on my place because it's like, who are you talking to? Not me.
I don't like to be told what to do. So, but yeah. So it's like, that's why I said the word check in your place. It's just negative, that aspect, but depending on what you're talking about. So more so, it's just like, okay, how are we gonna get, like, you're upset or you're feeling some type of way. What's going on? What's happening?
But I also think that it's learning your partner, because some women actually need to be yelled at. They prefer like, oh, he raised his voice. That tells me he's serious. I need to calm down.
That's so
some people need to.
I'm also not gonna lie. Oh, good. Yeah, go ahead. But I'm not also gonna lie. Sometimes when a person's so calm, so when they do get to that level, it always makes you like, oh. Yeah. Like, oh, you have that in you. So it could be a little like a turn on, not gonna lie, because it's just like, oh, but it also makes you be like, oh, he's serious.
He's serious. Okay. Let me get it together.
Let me get it together, because you don't see that come up. And usually that's like me. I'm not a type, like, I can get like a little extra, but it's like usually with my partner, I'm not the one that gets extra. So no,
we all get extra.
No, seriously.
Whoa,
No,
whoa, hey, I'm not your enemy here.
No, as in like personality wise, I'm extra, but usually I could be the calm one. They are probably like OD, and I'm just like, so when I get up there, it's like, oh, whoa, like what do you like? Why are you upset? Blah blah blah. So when I see my dude get like that, like it's like,
what's going on?
I mean, like what's going on? Like you're upset, but it's like you may be upset about a whole bunch of other things. Let's figure this out. Yeah.
Let's go to therapy together.
Yes, I'm advocate. Yes.
Yeah. But I agree with that. But I feel like you can't always be like that, because if you're always yelling at me, when you're really upset and you yell, I'm gonna be like, he's always doing this, whatever.
Yeah, I was just thinking that like it's just like just learning your partner is the most important thing. Also, like I don't know, for me, I don't care how mad we get. We just have to come to understanding like both parties messed up. If like there was issues with both. If you as a person can't come to that point of understanding, I personally cannot fuck with you. I'm gonna get more mad, because what I hate is that I hate a person that's like, yeah, you the one that caused it. Like I'm not saying sorry about it, or no, it was you that caused the action. I'm like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but I don't like how I'm telling you, I don't like how you talking to me right now. You need to talk to me normally. Mm-hmm. And if a person is like, well, and you don't, and like it's hard, like I can't put it simple, I can't be with a person who doesn't know how to apologize. Like if you don't know how to apologize, because me, I'm very apologetic. Like if I know something, I did something wrong, like I will be like, yo, I did that shit, I was wrong. Like just and work with me to like get to where you want me to be. But if you don't know how to apologize, I definitely can't fuck with you, because then you really gonna like you're gonna irk me, and not like in a fun turn on way. Like, nah, I'm gonna be irked. Like, yo, why is he like?
No, but that's facts. That's facts.
Like that's like I always like just and like I don't know why I just thought of that, but like it's just that like
flashbacks.
No,
that's exactly what it gave. He's reminiscing.
Like you had a moment.
Like nah,
he's reminiscing.
It's like, yeah, nah, like just don't do that. Like that is just like not a no-go. Just be a level-headed person. Like I'll calm you down. I definitely could take it to that place where I'm upset and where I'm like, yo, listen, we need to like fucking relax, because we both upset and like it's not gonna go nowhere. So I feel like I'm very level-headed when it comes to like arguing, because I'm a person who likes to listen, and I could handle how you express whatever you express into me. But I will tell you, like, once you get enough of it out and you feel like you did enough, then I'm gonna tell you, like, okay, let's dial it back and like let's chill now. I know you was angry for a little bit. You had to say what you had to say, but really say it without being angry though. Now, like, try to, like just say everything you said, but just less anger, because you feel me? Like nothing's gonna happen if you're just talking to me angry. I'm gonna just ignore you and be like, all right, okay. Like,
what's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah, me too. All right, are you February or January?
February. See,
so
yeah.
Vibes.
Kayla, what's your sign?
In February. What's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
My rising is a Capricorn.
Yeah.
I'm with this group.
Capricorns are okay.
What do you mean by that?
No.
Drewski?
What do you mean by that?
When I said okay, I mean like they're good, like they good to talk to. Like I feel like
I generally get along with Capricorns.
I typically
don't have a problem with Capricorn, so I feel that. Yeah, most of my chart is low key Capricorn. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
I think Yanni had a bad run with the Capricorns. They could be better.
That's what I heard. Like,
they could be better.
It was.
They have their days.
It made Taurus was. I've had bad runs with Taurus. Like that hard-headed, not trying to apologize.
They are.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm losing my shit right now. Like, you're not even seeing it at all. You just like, no, like it don't matter. Like you did what you did, and I'm like, bro, like I feel you. I'm sorry, but you can't. I'm telling you, the shit that you doing is bothered. Like I'm triggered right now. Like I'm upset. Like I feel you upset, and I take that, but I'm upset too now because you dragged it. But hey,
I think the issue is when we have those sort of issues is that like typically there's one party that refuses to take accountability. The reality is if there's a disagreement, there's likely people on both sides who did something wrong.
Absolutely.
As someone who literally, actually, I went to school for conflict resolution. Blaming never gets you anywhere. That's the number, like blaming never gets you anywhere when trying to resolve an issue. There's always, no. So.
Yeah, there's always some fault. Both parties.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that is all for that. I wrote one final statement here. It is not the man's job to handle your attitude. If you can't control your emotions, get some therapy. Also, quick reminder that Yanni is a single lawyer. Okay.
Oh my God, please.